Ning Hao, hello. My name's Joel, and I was at SCA last year. Well, I finished, last year, 2014, 2015, and I was part of the MOSH intake. And I graduated, I guess, back in July and started work at Colenso BBDO in August of this year. So I managed to get a job straight from SCA, which was good. And I'm really pleased and grateful to the SCA for facilitating that for me. So Mark's asked me to, and asked all of us to put out a bit of advice. So I'm all wobbly with, there you go, that'd be better. Stop leaning on the table. Edit, cut. Mark's asked us to put out a bit of advice to help you guys in China, Nanghao, get a job, get straight out of school and into work. So my number one piece of advice is network. Get to know everybody. Get everybody knowing you, who you are, what you're about, and hound people. There's no place in this industry for people who sit back and wait for things to come to them, because it just won't happen. It won't come to you at all. So hound people, go at it, be proactive and push yourself forward on everything. The second most important piece is know where you want to go. So Mark will tell you that I wanted to go to New Zealand from day one of school. My intention was never to work in London, it was to work straight out of the bag in New Zealand. And having that focus and having that mindset of that is what I'm doing meant that I was able to look how big my hands are. Wow. Meant that I was able to focus on the people who came into school that had connections with New Zealand, and that was what ultimately enabled me to get the job. So, number one, network. Number two, be focused. My third and final point is to build a reputation for yourself. This could sound really snarky, and it's not meant to at all, so don't take this the wrong way. But you live and die by the reputation that you hold, and that's such an important thing to understand and to get hold of. Reputations can go in an instant and then take a long time to build up. For example, a personal story of mine is one day I'd done a shocking job for Steve Henry, who had asked us to do a brief for skin condoms, and to be honest, I just wasn't into it, so I did a half-assed job and handed in what I thought would get by. And he pulled me to one side and said, look, that wasn't good enough, that wasn't your standard, that's not what I was expecting from you. And I felt gutted, and I felt that of anybody, Steve was not one person who I wanted to tell me that. So I decided to do something about it. That night I went home, and despite having 4 kids and a busy life at home, I shut myself away, and I decided I would present 25 brand new ideas the very next morning in a video. So I stayed up most of the night and put that video together and sent it to Steve the following morning with an apology for being tardy and being rubbish. And it was good, that was cool. Steve was very kind and put me forward for some more work. But what that meant 6 months later, after that event, was I was able to go to Steve, who is a legend in the industry, and ask for reference, and he went back to that point in time and was able to talk about that and talk about subsequent things where we worked together because of that actually enabled the job that I'm in now, for people to see, oh shit, Steve Henry is writing good things about this guy. Not because of anything that I'd particularly done, but I'd stayed up one night and done a bit of work for a guy who just happens to be an advertising legend, who in turn was able to write a reference for me, for people who I'd never seen and who were going on that advice from that person about something I did one night 6 months ago. So your reputation and the details are incredibly important. So to summarize my long rambling video: 1, network; 2, focus; and 3, reputation. Network, focus, reputation, NFR. Best of luck to all of you guys who are either in the SA or SCA or out in China. I'm sure with Mark helping you out, you'll be absolutely fine and you'll do a great job. And I look forward to hearing from all of you, or Mark, or whatever. And if anybody of you want to see speaking Chinese, if any of you want a placement or job or whatever in China, in New Zealand, Colenso is a fantastic place. Drop me an email and I'm sure I can put you in touch with the right people over here. Ning Bao.